When most people hear the words, taking care of yourself, they imagine something indulgent, a long holiday, an expensive treatment, something that requires money and free time that most of us simply do not have. But that is not what we mean today. Taking care of yourself is something much simpler, much quieter. It means noticing when you are running low. It means giving yourself the same basic attention you would give without hesitation to someone you love. And here's the important contrast. Taking care of yourself is not the same as ignoring others. It is not about becoming selfish or pulling away or caring less. Think about it this way. If your closest friend told you they had not slept well in a week, had been skipping meals, and had been carrying everyone else's problems while completely ignoring their own, you would be concerned. You would sit with them. You would gently say, "You need to rest. You matter too." And yet, when it is us, we push through. We call it strength. We tell ourselves we will rest later, when things settle down, when everyone else is taken care of, when we have finally done enough to deserve it. Here is the thing. That moment of later almost never arrives on its own. It has to be chosen. And understanding this, truly understanding it, is where everything begins. So why is this so hard? Why do so many of us feel guilty for simply resting, or asking for help, or saying no to one more thing? The answer goes deeper than personality, deeper than habit. Psychologists have a name for this pattern. They call it the helper's trap, the belief that your value as a person is measured by how much you give to others. This belief often starts very early in life. Many of us grew up in homes where love felt connected to effort, where being a good child meant being helpful, quiet, undemanding, where asking for something for yourself felt like placing a burden on the people around you. And so, over time, we learned to shrink our own needs. We became very skilled at noticing what others required, and very practiced at ignoring the quiet signals our own body sent us. Tired? Keep going. Overwhelmed? You will manage. Hurting? Others have it worse. What is fascinating, and perhaps a little sad, is that this same pattern often produces the people we admire most, the most devoted parents, the most reliable friends, the ones who are always, always there. And yet those same people are often the ones who quietly fall apart when no one is watching. Here is what I want you to sit with. Neglecting yourself is not strength. It is simply a habit. And like all habits, it can, slowly and gently, be changed. Let me tell you about Elena. Elena was 32 years old, and by most measures, she was doing well. She had a job she was good at, a small apartment she kept tidy, a mother who called every Sunday, and a group of friends who knew, without ever having to think about it, that they could count on Elena for anything. That was the word people used for her, reliable. On a Wednesday evening in November, Elena sat at her kitchen table at 9:45 at night, finishing a report that was not due until Friday. Her dinner, a bowl of rice she had made 2 hours earlier, sat cold beside her laptop. Then, her phone lit up. A message from a friend asking if she was free that weekend to help with a move. Elena typed back without pausing, "Of course, I'll be there." Then she set the phone down, and something small shifted. She looked at the cold rice. She looked at the unfinished report. She looked at the message she had just sent in less than 5 seconds, agreeing to give up her Saturday before she had even checked whether she wanted to. She hadn't wanted to. She was exhausted. She needed that weekend for herself. And she had given it away before her own needs had even had a chance to speak. Elena didn't change everything that night. She finished the report, she ate the cold rice, but she sat with a question she had not asked herself in a long time. What would happen if I said no? Not to be unkind, not to stop caring, but just to see if the world would still hold together without her holding all of it. Elena's story is not unusual. Many of us have become so practiced at saying yes that the word no feels almost dangerous, almost like a betrayal of who we are, but it isn't. And the next 3 ideas will begin to show you why. The old belief goes something like this. If I ask for something, I am being too much. I am placing myself on others. And so we don't ask. We manage alone. We stay quiet. And we keep going. But here is a different way to see it. Your needs are not a burden. They are simply human. Every person on this earth, the most capable, the most admired, the strongest person you know, has needs they cannot meet alone. Needing rest is not weakness. Needing help is not failure. Needing to say, I am not okay right now, is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It is a sign that you are paying attention. In fact, research in psychology shows that people who can acknowledge their own needs are often more emotionally available for others, not less, because they are not running on empty. They have something real to give. Think of it this way. A phone with no battery cannot help anyone make a call. You recharge it, not because you are selfish, but because that is simply how it works. You are not so different. When you allow yourself to receive care, to rest, to ask, to be honest about your limits, you are not disappearing from the people you love. You are making it possible to truly show up for them. That is not selfishness. That is wisdom. Here is a belief many of us carry without ever putting it into words. The more I give up for others, the more I must love them. We measure our love through our own exhaustion. If I am tired, it means I tried hard enough. If I have nothing left, it means I gave everything. But let us sit with that for a moment. Is a person who is burned out, quietly resentful inside, smiling through the pain, is that person truly present for the ones they love? Or are they simply there, physically in the room, but slowly disappearing? Real love, the kind that sustains people, does not come from depletion. It comes from a place of genuine fullness. When you have slept well, when you have eaten properly, when you have had a little quiet space to simply be yourself, not just a role, not just someone who is needed. There is a term in psychology for what happens to caregivers, parents, nurses, teachers, devoted friends who give and give without ever being refilled. It is called compassion fatigue, the exhaustion that comes not from not caring enough, but from caring too much for too long without care in return. The shift here is not about caring less. It is about understanding that sustainable love requires a sustainable giver. You cannot pour endlessly from an empty vessel. and no one who truly loves you would want you to try. Perhaps the hardest belief to release is this. 1. I will rest when I have done enough. And so we wait. We finish one task and find 3 more waiting. We help one person and notice 5 others who need us. The finish line keeps moving, and the rest never comes. Here is the truth that changes everything. Rest is not a reward for hard work. Rest is a requirement for it. Your body and your mind are not machines. They are living systems that need recovery, the same way they need effort. Think of sleep. We do not sleep because we deserve it. After a long day, we sleep because without it, nothing else functions properly. Memory, patience, kindness, creativity, all of it slowly degrades without rest. The same is true for everything else we keep putting off. The evening walk, the quiet cup of tea with no phone nearby, the conversation with a friend that is just for pleasure, not for solving anything, not for being needed, just for joy. These are not luxuries. These are maintenance. They are what keep you whole. And here is the part that sometimes surprises people. When you begin to rest without guilt, something unexpected happens. You become more patient, not less, more creative, not more selfish, more genuinely generous, because you are giving from a place of choice, not from obligation and quiet resentment. Rest is not the opposite of contribution. Rest is what makes lasting contribution possible. We have covered a lot today. Let us take a moment to reflect. We began with a simple but powerful idea that taking care of yourself is not indulgence. It is the act of treating yourself with the same care you would offer someone you love. We explored why this is so difficult, the old belief that our value comes from how much we give, and how that belief, however well-meaning, slowly hollows us out from the inside. We walked with Elena sitting at her kitchen table at 9:45 at night, looking at her cold rice and a message she had answered before she had even asked herself what she wanted. That tiny moment of noticing, that small, quiet pause, was the beginning of something real. And then we explored 3 shifts: that your needs are not a burden, they are human. That self-sacrifice is not the same as love. Real love requires a giver who is whole. And that rest is not something you earn, it is something you require. Before you move on with your day, I want to leave you with one small question. Not a big question, not an overwhelming one. Just this: is there one thing, one small, simple thing that you have been putting off for yourself that you could allow yourself today? Not tomorrow, not when things are less busy. Today. If this episode brought you a little calm, please share it with someone in your life who might need to hear these words tonight. And if you haven't yet, subscribing means you'll never miss an episode. Remember, you matter too. See you in the next episode.